Hello world, how you doing? Hope you guys doing well, doing good, doing blessed, doing all the grandiose things in the world. So today I'm going to continue my journey instead of stopping or being too concerned about fear or being too concerned about anything, and just living in my life and just living my life essentially. But so I wrote out what it is that how I know how it is that I want to progress, and I'll start by like just simply writing stuff out and progressing from there. And then I made a deal with myself to every time I write stuff out and I'm afraid to do it, I'm afraid to make a video about it, just go find somewhere to make a place about it. And hopefully I can do like weekly videos as well, so hopefully that can be a thing. But wrote this on the 25th. So what is it that I want to talk about, do, and or create in this life, on this world? I want to share the power of self-awareness and the knowledge of the human consciousness so that we can expand our egoic perceptions from one of painless or painful experiences into one of internal joy and bliss. So basically with that, I just want to be able to help direct people and myself from having so many painful experiences and or whatever the case may be, and just turn that into internal happiness. Because sometimes, a lot of the times, we're too focused on everything the world is and everything the world wants us to be, instead of grounding ourselves in what we want for ourselves and what we want to be for ourselves as individual people. And so I just want to be able to, and I also believe that suffering isn't life. It's not what life is about. Though a lot of it seems that's what life is about, is not. And we have the power within ourselves to turn that pain into something that's going to make us happy, something that's going to bring us joy, something that's going to make us, love our life. I believe that that's possible. To me, this doesn't look like an utopia of every human being perfect and flawless, like a robotic civilization who only receives updates via a control system about how to live. To me, the world of today is one that is passed down from every current human person's family and ancestors, making an infinite amount of choices that gave birth to us today, tomorrow, and many centuries from now. Descendants who will live in a world created and influenced by our decision making within this time and space of our beings here alive today. So basically, I don't believe in a perfect world. I don't believe that everything that is good exists within the world, because without negative, there cannot even be the perception of good. So I don't believe that the world is going to be a utopia one day. However, I do believe that within ourselves that we can make individual choices for our own lives to better ourselves, and no one can really tell you what's good for you or how to live or whatever the case is. That's something that only you as an individual, something that I as an individual, something that Gemini as an individual have to figure out on our own. Well, maybe not Gemini, but you get my point. And so it's about being more willing to make good decisions. I'm not playing with Gemini no more. Anyway, like I was saying, it's about being able to make good decisions and have good judgment about our own lives and how we want to direct our own lives. Most times we're being directed we're directing our lives via our ego, meaning, whatever we can feel, see, touch, move. Whatever we can feel, see, touch, move, sense, anything like that, that's all egoic. And when we're able to step out of our five senses and step into our sixth sense and higher, we're able to perceive more than what our fleshly, egoic, earthly beings can perceive. Because while I may be here perceiving grass, what I feel, you know, what everything looks like, how the wind feels, and, you know, what the air tastes like, and XYZ. I also, at a sixth sense and higher level, perceive like feeling myself vibrate, feeling myself go from emotion to emotion, feeling myself go to from fear to love, from love to fear, feeling myself go from feeling more than what I am and to less than what I am. You know, all of these are just like perceptions of who we are and at a spiritual level, and who we are at an egoic fleshly level, and it's just about understanding that whole process within yourself. So yeah, I don't think the world is perfect. I don't think the world will ever be perfect. Never flawless. The flaws would make it perfect, matter of fact. And to me, the world of today, I read this already, but to me, the world of today is one that is passed down from every current human's family and ancestors, making an infinite or finite amount of choices that gave birth to us today, tomorrow, and many centuries from now. Descendants who will live on Earth descendants who will live in a Earth created, influenced by our own decision-making process within this time and space of our being here alive today. So basically with that, I'm saying that the only reason why we're here today is because of decisions that people of the past have made, meaning your ancestors, my ancestors, his ancestors, everyone's ancestors. Because they made those decisions, we're even alive and breathing today. And because of the decisions that we make today, tomorrow, yesterday, you know, we will, or the descendants of us will be living in the decisions that we make. So essentially it's good to make all the good choices now, so that way we can make better choices later, is all I'm saying with that one. And I believe in understanding this within our individual lives can help us make healthier decisions for ourselves at a collective level in the present to manifest a more desirable future for us all. And that's kind of what I basically just said, where, you know, we make good decisions now, we're able to make better decisions later. And I'm actually getting out of good and better and bad and worse, and I'm actually just making within myself, I'm like saying, okay, this is healthy and this is unhealthy. These are healthier decisions, these are less healthier decisions, whatever, you know, English stuff. Anyway, that's that. And by us, within our own everyday lives, choosing to do things that we personally find build up our characters mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, developing ourselves into healthier human beings. Meaning, at every moment of every day, there's always something that we could do at a mental, physical, emotional, or spiritual level to grow ourselves as people, as individual people. Meaning, the choice to grow is really up to us. And nothing more than that. We can choose to take the reins of our lives and, you know, steer ourselves where we want to go, or we can be like essentially dragged through life by non-decision making and by being overly ruled by our egos, or whatever the case may be, our fleshly beings. Meaning we do things more in line with our flesh and what our flesh wants to do than what we want to do in our spirits. So continuing, who are human beings who are whole and healed from our fractured state of being, exiting the path most taken to collectively walk the path least taken, one of innate soul calling. So that means that basically only you know what you want to do in life, just as much as I'm the only one that knows what I want to do in life. And it is completely up to us to actually choose to do so, and it's completely up to us, or it can be completely up to us to not to choose to do so, because both are a choice, to do and to not to do. Is a choice for me to make this video, just as much as leading up to me making a video, it was a choice for me not to make the video. So this is me taking control of my life in a way, and my soul callings. So whatever you feel like you want to do at a level and that only you understand, then know that you can do it. It's just a matter of just doing it, you know. And yeah, you know, fuck expectations and all this other jazz, right? Where we are free from having to feel as if we must be what society labels us or box us in as. Yeah, fuck society, you know, fuck all that labeling shit. Fuck all of that stuff that just tears us down as people from a soul level. But what do you let it go, 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 let it go. I'm not playing with you. Where we can feel unashamed of being who we are and what our hearts desire. Meaning you can be whatever the fuck you want to be as long as you are willing to do so. Where we can know happiness, joy, love, and self-appreciation for others, the value of life, and truly be connected to source and acceptance, and accept ourselves for who we are as people through the good, bad, and ugly. What that basically means is who we are at our spiritual self and who we are at our fleshly self, I guess, our egoic self. We sometimes we truly forget to be happy with ourselves. We truly forget to be the spark of joy that we need in our lives. We truly forget to love ourselves. You know, we forget to appreciate others for who they are and where they are. It doesn't matter if you are personally connected to them or not. Just randomly appreciate one random ass kid in the world. That's what appreciation of others is. You know, we forget to value the value of life, you know, but I'm pretty sure, I know that we're getting to a point of actually valuing life again and truly being connected to source and acceptance of self as who we are, you know, like good, bad, and ugly. It doesn't matter. None of that shit matters, you know, as long as you love yourself for who you are and you are striving to be a better person for yourself and even your surroundings, then that's what truly matters. But all of that shit gets taken away, or it can be like all that shit looks like this compared to everything else that looks like this. That's basically distractions keeping us from seeing this little bit of self-love, self-appreciation, worldly appreciation, and, you know, acceptance of everything. Acceptance is like this compared to how much we don't accept, you know. But even that's a choice. I want to express that I believe we all have the ability to change, heal, and grow who we are as people. And though it's not easy and is a day by day process, I want to help myself firstly, and then everyone around me to reach new heights within our own mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being. So, I mean, I'm not some expert on whatever, but I spent way too much time to myself meditating and on a spiritual, emotional, physical, and mental level about what it is to be human. What are all the facets of being human? Because typically we just look at the flesh and the world around us, but I know that there are way more. We all know that there are just way more things in the world than what we see directly. And I believe that we all have the potential to, one, acknowledge this within ourselves, and two, become this within ourselves. Meaning not just be a physical body doing physical things, but exercising ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I believe we all have the capability to do that. Again, it's just about the choice and being willing to do it. I don't believe that there's a straight and direct path that lights up and provides an escalator to the destination. I do believe, however, that we can find ways to discover and light the path for ourselves by having discipline and courage to face the challenges. Move. No, go. Like go. Go. Oh my God, Gemini, if you knock over my book bag again, I'm gonna be so upset. I don't believe that there is a straight and direct path that lights up and provides an escalator to the destination. I do believe, however, that we find I do believe, however, that we can find ways to discover and light the path for ourselves by having discipline and courage to face the challenges of our individual lives, of our individual lives, holds us for and not turn away. What? I don't know what I wrote. But basically, what I'm saying is, I just don't believe that, like, what works for me isn't gonna work for you. What works for you isn't gonna work for the person beside you. What works for them isn't gonna work for the person that they know. So it's all about being in tune with self, and knowing, being able via feeling, good, bad feelings, whatever, to understand what works for us and what doesn't work for us. And that's all of that is individual. No two paths are like whatsoever. They can be similar, they can be shaped the same, they can run the same, yada yada yada, but none of them will ever be alike. So one of them might have glass, one of them might have nails, one of them might have rocks, one of them might be fucking water. So it's just like, it is, everyone has their own path. And I believe that we can get there by having discipline and courage. Challenges tend to stop us from doing things, but yeah. Which by overcoming the troubles of our individual lives, we shift incrementally, meaning slowly shift up, to see the collective state of us as humanity, and learning empathy and start our march away from things of destructive natures to collectively move in a healthier direction as a whole. Meaning, once we get to this point of understanding, or beginning to understand, who we are as humans and who we are as spirits and who we are as people, we naturally get more empathy, and we naturally just move away from our destructive past, our destructive habits, our destructive nature, and we learn to create more than destroy. We learn to love and care rather than hate and whatever pairs with that. And we moved collectively in our own individual lives. We move collectively into a better space of being. So next, you might wake up one day and the whole fucking world is different one day. I never know. But then I'm ending it. Basically, I'm coming to an end. I was just like, how can we start? Sometimes the easiest way to start is to begin where we are. So writing or talking to oneself about a dream one had last night, they can start there. You can start with writing or talking to yourself about a thought that you had, a thought that you can't escape, or something like that. Asking why I have this thought, what does this thought mean, whatever the case is. You can ask yourself, how do you feel today in this moment? You can ask yourself, why did you feel that way yesterday? You can ask yourself, how are you feeling all month, or how a week, or like how you've been feeling all year, really. And just you gotta really ask yourself these questions and be open to hearing what answers you have to give to yourself. That's really what it's all about. Asking oneself, why did I make a certain action or decision in the past, or why do I want to make a certain action or decision? Like, for example, drug abuse, right? Why do I want to go smoke? Why do I want to go do this? Why do I want to go do that? Asking yourself that before you go and do it, or asking yourself after the fact, it brings you more clarity and more control over what it is that you want, So like for example, you may, like, your mental self will be like, you ask yourself that, your physical self that question, right? And your spiritual self will give your mental self, you did this because of da 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 da, and you were feeling da 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 da, and da 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 da, and da 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 da, and da da da. It's really just sitting. It's just about sitting down and being willing and choosing to hearing yourself. It begins with a choice, and the rest of it is just like willingness. Willing to be open, willing to be patient, willing to not accept everything you hear, but willing to put the pieces of the puzzle together for yourself, and whatever words come to your mind or your heart, or whatever the case is. thinking about passions one has in life. You know, what do you like to do in life? And you know, like, have you been doing what you like? You know, that's you can start there. Stopping to notice where one is emotionally and mentally. You know, we are very emotional. We're very thought-filled creatures. Humanity, at least. And so, like, being able to ask yourself where you are emotionally and where you are mentally, move, prepares you or allows you to center yourself and see where you are, and then it allows you to expand on what you are and how you want to function within yourself. Move. Paying attention to what one eats, and you know, like, that's one, like, you can something, you eat something that makes you feel a certain type of way, good or bad, healthier or not healthy, whatever the case is, and you and you decide that for yourself. Essentially, and this is me wrapping it up, essentially everything to bring you to the present moment of your life, opening a door for you to take incremental steps to taking control of your thoughts, actions, feelings, and moments of belief or energetic self. Because, you know, we can believe one thing now and another thing later, and you know, it could be like polar opposites. So it's just about being open to that. With that, know that you have the power within you, and the love of God and angels and ancestors to support you on your journey to self-mastery, because that's what this is all about. We are on a journey of self-mastery to get in control of our minds, get in control of our hearts, get in control of our spirits, and get in control of our move. Dang, fleshly beings. That is what this is all about. And yeah, I'm just gonna end it there and just say that I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys stay blessed. I hope that, you know, you got something out of that. I hope it resonated. I hope that you take that and grow. Yeah, and I appreciate you watching this, and I appreciate all the love and support that I get. So thank you. Have a blessed day.